welcome to this video. Today I'm going to give you a quick tour of this Google Sheets Sinking Funds Tracker. It's available for purchase on my Etsy shop, and you can find the link to that in the description down below. You can also just watch this video, get inspired, get some ideas, and create your own layout. So let's get into it. So first you get your sinking funds sheet, and this is where you will be adding all of your sinking funds information. This is where you will be adding your goals, and then the rest will update automatically. You can also update this section, but I talk about that in more detail in the detailed tutorial, and you can find the link to that video in the description down below. But basically what happens is you get your initial suggested to save that's calculated according to your goal and the time period you set here. But then as time goes by and you actually start saving money, you might be saving a bit more or a bit less than what was initially suggested. So this will keep updating accordingly to let you know how much money you need to be saving per month to actually reach your goal. So it could be less money than what you initially thought and it will turn green, or it could be more money than what you initially thought because maybe you had an emergency, you had to take some money out. So that will update in this table, and then I left them separate so you can compare. But this section, I talk about that in more detail in the detailed tutorial. And again, the link to that is in the description down below. And then the contributions and withdrawals and the current balance, that information is pulled automatically from this transaction sheet. So this is where you will be entering all of your transactions. So all you do is you select a date from the calendar, you double click, then you select a fund, and then you enter an amount, and then that money is going to be added up in this sheet. Maybe looking at this table is not that fun, so I also created this dashboard. I'm going to zoom out a bit. So initially you start with completely empty tables, and then you can select funds in any order that you want, and then all of that funds information is going to be pulled automatically into this view. So you get a lot of the information that you have here. You will have that displayed over here, and you will get all of the transactions that correspond to this fund. They will be pulled from the transaction sheet and they will be shown down here. And then if you're even more visual, I created this view in which you can track your progress in what I thought was a really fun way. So instead of just adding a progress bar or a graph, I thought this looked cute. So you can change how many squares you want to display, and then it will automatically calculate how much each of these squares are worth. And once you reach this amount, they will be colored. So you start in the lowest amount, and then at the end you get your goal amount. And then in this one, you get your goal amount at the beginning, and this one is filled from bottom to top. So it's pretty much the same thing, but I know a lot of you will want it in reverse. So I created both versions, and you can just delete the one that you don't want to use. And then these images aren't actually getting filled. They're just two images that are switching. So once the current balance reaches this threshold, then that image switches to the filled image. So you can customize your images here. I'm going to be adding more images to this space. So this will be like your image database. And then these are the default images that will appear. And then in this section, you can just override the default and select specific images for specific funds. So let's say for my homeowners, I'm going to select this one when it's not filled, and then this one when it's filled. So I'm just copying and pasting. And then if I come back, that changed automatically. So you can create your own images. I talk about this a bit more in the detailed explanation. So if you already purchased this, I suggest you go and watch the other video because I walk you through a very detailed example. If you're really interested in knowing exactly step by step what you need to do to fill this out, then that's the one that you're going to want to watch.